I live in a quiet neighborhood. The kind where everyone knows each other but keeps a respectful distance. My next-door neighbor, Mr. Fletcher, was no exception. He was an older man, maybe in his late 60s. Always polite, always friendly, but a little off. He'd wave at me every morning, ask how my day was, and then shuffle back inside his house. I figured he was just lonely. Then, one night, I saw him outside. It was around 3 a.m., and I had woken up to get a glass of water. As I passed by the window, I noticed movement in his backyard. The dim glow of a lantern revealed him hunched over with a shovel, digging. I wasn't sure why, but something about it unsettled me. Maybe it was the way he kept looking over his shoulder. Or the way he paused, wiped his forehead, and laughed to himself. I should have left it alone. But I didn't. The next night, I stayed up. Just to see. And sure enough, at exactly 3 a.m., there he was again. Digging. This time, though, I heard something else. A muffled scream. My stomach dropped. I stared in frozen horror as he yanked something, a sack, from the ground. It writhed. Twitched. And then the noises stopped. I called the police. What else was I supposed to do? They arrived, knocked on his door, and after a few minutes, he let them in. I watched anxiously from my window. 20 minutes later, they left. No arrest. No commotion. Just a few words exchanged before they drove off. The next morning, Mr. Fletcher was out watering his lawn. He saw me watching and gave me his usual smile. But this time, there was something different in his eyes. Something knowing. That night, I heard footsteps outside my window. Slow. Deliberate. When I finally worked up the courage to look, I saw him standing there. Just outside my house. Smiling. Holding a shovel.